Hey everybody, how you doing? Kevin Okwana here. A little bit late. I apologize for the inconvenience, but we got an action-packed show for you guys tonight. Hold on a second. Okay, I can see you. So we're doing good. We got so many things to go over with you guys for DSD 2.0. We just came off the heels of the event, and oh my God, oh my God. For those of you who were there, your brains exploded. And before we start, what I want you to do is go ahead and grab the link in your URL, post that on Facebook, get it out there, show everybody what's going on with DSD 2.0. But we got a cool panel here tonight, and I actually want to turn this over real quick to Hitesh because I need to fix my mic here. But go ahead, and I'm going to turn this over to you, Hitesh. Once you get started, we'll come back for a minute, and I'll show you guys some more cool stuff. Hitesh, go ahead.
Yep, I'm here, and you can hand it to me just so that you can catch your breath. Clearly, Kevin is very excited about.
Yeah, I was just running around.
So we're just gonna claim that he's so excited that he's having difficult time catching his breath. But obviously, when he said that if you were at the event, your brains exploded, that was not a literal statement. I think all of you are healthy, wealthy, and fine, and I've seen a lot of you posting on Facebook, so I'm sure that you guys are actually okay. Now, in usual style, we can spend a lot of time just talking about how awesome the event was and what happened there, and of course we can show what's going on with Google Trends and so on right now, and we're just absolutely exploding at this point. We actually have more interest right now in DSD than we had when we first launched. I mean, we are literally at the peak right now compared to where things have been since basically 2013. So all of that is super exciting, right? But I don't think much of that should matter to you guys. What should matter to you guys is why people are excited, not so much as, oh, everybody's excited, so this company must be great, let's go sign up. What you guys should actually be concerned about is, does this company now present for me the best possible source of online income? Is this the way that I should be going? So that's really what we are all about, what we've been trying to do. So in the past week, it's been just under a week since the event, and we have actually made about, I think, like 20 or 25 new updates and changes, and all sorts of cool stuff has happened in the meantime already. And one of the things I'm kind of excited about showing you guys is showing you a live demonstration of just how DSD 2.0 is going to completely blow away anything that exists right now in e-commerce world or outside of e-commerce. And I just wanted you guys to follow along and kind of not imagine the possibilities or sit down and have some meditative visualization exercise. I want you guys to actually just look at this and say, can I do this thing? Is this finally easy enough for me to do? Is this going to save me time? Is this going to make me more money? Is this going to be actually something that is going to be successful for me? So I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate what we have coming, and we are going to have all of these guys on here as well, give some of their comments and what they have seen happening. But before I get to that, I just want to make sure that everybody recognizes the people we have on the panel right now and the many others who are not on the panel. I mean, not everybody would even fit on these panels at our Hangouts. The tremendous effort and work they have done making DSD 2.0 what it is. I'll start from the right with Sean Agnew. You guys have seen his trainings in Monopoly, in Genesis, alongside Nikki. Tremendous feedback on that. People's businesses are doing way better already just from having used the training, not even talking about the automation aspect yet. Sean is drinking water to clear his throat so he can give a nice speech, but before he gets that chance, clearly, then you have Kenya and Alessandro, amazing people, have helped their teams tremendously. Kenya has contributed tremendously to the pro training as well. And again, great feedback from everybody. People are very happy about what they're seeing. And one of the great things is also that because of the level of contact that our leaders, these guys, maintain with everybody out in the field, anybody who comes back with a suggestion, they're like, oh, this is a good suggestion. Let's teach about that too, or let's improve this aspect as well. So then we have Carly, who's kind of becoming the little SEO queen within our circles. I think a lot of you guys have used her training, seen effects of that training. It's finally good to actually have somebody who really knows SEO instead of Sean, who just pretends that he knows. So it's been really tremendously good. No, Sean does know some stuff about it, but even he will admit that Carly is a very, very impressive person when it comes to that. So it's you're gonna see what happens, and actually one of the things I'm kind of excited to talk about that's coming with DSD2 is something that Carly has taught a little bit on, and has is kind of, hopefully she'll share some stats on just how much more successful users are when they apply these new aspects of not just the training or all the automation side as well. Just the more traffic people get, the more watchers you get for your listings, the more sales you generate on your listings. And of course, Aaron is then going to talk a little bit about the affiliate side as well. So if you guys want to introduce yourself one by one, starting with Sean, just share your thoughts on what you have seen. And in the meantime, I'm going to get ready to show you guys some impressive stuff. I'm not going to say mind-blowing since Kevin already used that, but it will be impressive to you, I hope. So, Sean, take it away.
Awesome, awesome. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, you always have to ask that with these Google Hangouts, because then somebody starts talking, and then, yeah, anyways. Yeah, I'm really excited about what we have here with DSD 2.0. I'm really excited about the feedback we've received already across all trainings. I posted something yesterday on Facebook, just along the lines of, what do you guys think about DSD 2.0? And there were just hundreds and hundreds of comments and likes, and there was not one person on there who had any negative feedback to say. And the stories that we've already got pouring in on people's profits and incomes increasing since the launch of DSD 2.0 has been fantastic. And we haven't even launched really anything but some new training yet. And what Hitesh is going to show you guys tonight with some of the new tools that we are coming out with in a week or two is going to increase everybody's income even further. And one of the cool things actually that we just talked about today that I think Hitesh is going to talk about, but now that I'm going to bring it up, he's probably going to have to, is just actually increasing the value that's coming to Pro. Okay, so for those of you who were in DSD 1.0 before, you would know that the whole concept is taking items from Amazon and drop shipping them on eBay. Well, we are going to actually increase the number of suppliers that are there and give you guys some extra integrations as well. So I'm not going to go too far into that, but one thing that I love is that we're constantly adding value into the community, and we're constantly bringing new people in the community on board to add value to the community as well, like Carly with her SEO and the Matt McCormicks of the world and some of those folks. So I'm really excited with the new direction. I'm excited with the feedback. The event in Dallas was phenomenal. I had numerous people come up to us and tell us that it was the best event they ever went to. The content was fantastic, and yeah, I don't want to talk too much more, but I'm happy about the new direction. I'm excited about our members and the sales and the profits that they've already started to see because of the new training. And like I said at the beginning, we're just scratching the surface. We have so much more rolling out over the next weeks and months. It's absolutely going to be awesome. So I guess Kenya can come out and introduce herself and talk about her sentiments.
Hey guys, yeah, we are very excited about what's going on and what Sean said about constantly making changes, and actually Hitesh said we've already made, I don't know how many changes since the launch, but what happens is we release a product and the feedback starts coming in right away, and we're like, yeah, that's right, that should be in there, or this needs to be changed, and we're immediately turning things over. So even what you see right now in real time is not what you're going to see in 24 hours or 36 hours. That's just how fast we're making improvements and changing. It's already really great compared to what, as far as detail goes. But yeah, we're just going to keep going, and we have a lineup of people that are going to come on and be some guest trainers that are going to knock your socks off. Very excited about that. And I mean, I love watching some of the Facebook posts that say, hey, I implemented, I saw one today. It said, I had a slow start with DSD 2.0, but these are my numbers so far. And they had increased so much from what they were before. So people are already seeing the benefits financially, and I think everybody's like watching the clock for the 15th. Everyone's very excited on pins and needles for that, including us. And no, we're just thankful for this platform and what it's doing.
Yeah, you know what's exciting is it's a rare thing that you see, but a company like this is really customer driven. I mean, it's so funny because like we see all these different chats going on and whatnot, and just like Sean was saying, you see all these people, oh, this person says this and this person says that, and we test it, and then they're ready to cut a video. You know, they're ready to cut a video and implement it. So, you know, like we said, we just got out of the event and we've got so many changes already happening, which is awesome. But it's really so awesome because it's not, you know, like Hitesh and Kevin sitting on their golden throne at the top of the mountain. It's it's everybody. So what's really cool is that it's really driven by the customers in DSD and everyone really at that point, which really makes it an awesome company that knows that we're going to go so far, guys. I mean, this is just, if we accomplish this much this close after the event, imagine what it's going to be like 30 days, 60 days from now. I mean, it's going to be pretty amazing. We're excited.
Awesome. Well, actually, I don't know why you say that we're not on golden thrones, because we like our golden thrones. But you know, before I get to Carly, because I actually want Carly to be talking a little bit about some of these things, because I'm going to show some things live, and I want Carly to talk about it at that moment. Before that, if I can just point out a couple of things, because anybody mentions the word event, and immediately my like shields go up, and I'm like, no. It's the thing where you brainwash people. You know, that's what happens to me. It just internally. So we had a very, very strong thrust that we wanted to make sure that when people came to the event this time, that they actually didn't just get content and talk and stories of other people making money. We wanted that people actually made money while they were at the event. And actually, we gave us some pretty neat ideas. I'm going to talk a little bit about, maybe talk a little bit as we're planning for the next one. But one of the big parts of that was the shopping trip. There was actually a live shopping trip. People went on a shopping trip. We had buses there, and 200 some people went to the trip. And the people who were really behind that and helped organize that were Parish and Nikki, the FBA Samurais. And so I just want to have them like really quickly talk. And Nikki, I'm saying this very specifically, quickly talk about things. And no, I'm kidding. We love hearing from them. They're awesome people. They have great content. Nikki has been tremendous. You guys have seen her training already in Braid to Amazon. And I just want to have them give us their thoughts really quick. And then I'm going to show this live demonstration of what's coming and what's happening. And then Carly can maybe teach a little bit about it at the same time. So take it away, Nikki.
Hey, can you guys hear us?
Hey,
yes.
How you doing?
You know, like you said, at the event, that was probably one of the biggest highlights for us. I mean, because we do it a lot. We take people out shopping, and because the whole idea of the DSD 2.0 is to kind of like, you know, what is it, like a phoenix where something like rise out of the ashes and stuff like that. I mean, not that the company went anywhere, but people kind of got just a fire lit under their behinds that, I mean, that is not going to be extinguished anytime soon, if ever. If you've looked on Facebook, there have been so many people out shopping. I mean, people literally left the event, and I think they went like straight to a Five Below.
Five Below, Dollar Tree, yeah, they were doing some serious shopping and made money during the event, which was incredible.
All day yesterday, all day today, all we've been seeing is people like taking pictures at the cash register. At the event, like you said, we had one member that literally, Stacy, she went up there at our event on Friday. She bought a bunch of $2 items, sold one for a $28 profit before she even left the parking lot. And then before, by the time we got towards the end of the day, she had already made $170 in profit. And that's just that one day from that one shopping trip on one item. And I mean, that was part of our thing. We wanted to make sure that everybody knows that DSD can range from, you know, low to high, depends on whatever your particular, what word am I looking for? Help me out here.
Depends on your particular
you ain't helping.
Financial status.
There you go.
There you go. You know, you can get in at any range. I mean, eBay, Amazon, it doesn't matter. Whether you have the Genesis or else you're working with Pro, you can make money with this system, and it's awesome.
From the
It's
new
changing
trainings,
people's lives.
oh man, are you kidding me? From all the new trainings, from Pro all the way up to Genesis, if you are not rocking and rolling in this, hey, watch the training again. Well, okay, I'm done. I won't say anything.
No, we love hearing from you guys, and I'm sure that's what everybody else thinks. If you guys actually like this stuff and you want to hear more about shopping trips and so on, and just learning more about this stuff, leave some comments on on this page where you are right now. We actually have a whole nested comment thing below it, so you guys can actually leave comments and be like, yeah, I want more of this stuff. I want more of that stuff. I want to learn more on this and so on. And like Kenya was saying before, we are so customer driven. This is what we do. We look at that and we go, all right, so a lot of people would like this. Let's go ahead and record another live shopping trip, maybe with a different store this time. Maybe let's record a conversation with the store manager and say this is how you talk to the store manager to try and get to the back, go into the warehouse, and actually pick up stuff right from there. So those are some of the ideas that we look for from you guys as well, and ideas that we have ourselves too. Now, obviously, this one is my idea, so if you repeat it, it's too bad. The credit is mine. But in general, you guys, this is what we are looking for. Okay. So while we are waiting for Kevin to, I don't know, put his clothes back on and calm himself down and return. In the meantime, we are going to actually walk you guys through the entire thrust. So first off, I want to clarify, like everybody has said so far, if this was the typical MLM thing, we'd be on here right now talking about how the event was so great because I got to see so many faces, I got to go to dinner. It'd be something dumb like that, and then we would say, now you should go all in. You should go all in and buy everything so you can do well. That is honestly what would be happening. What we're trying to tell you is, in our opinion, it is better to be good people than to be good marketers. And I think being a good person right now would be to say, choose the situation, choose the level that suits your situation the best. Okay? So that's what we are going to do. And now we're going to walk you guys through what is happening in pro level, okay, which is the lowest level here. And true story, we had people literally tell us who reviewed it, said, this is horrifying that you're giving away all of the stuff in pro because you should be charging a lot more for this. Seriously, this is what they said. And then we obviously have a hidden agenda behind it, right? Yeah, sure, we are nice people, but we also have another benefit that we draw out of this. So let me show you guys what's happening in pro. So if you were at the event, you saw me show you guys how you can now use the Pro DSD eBay listing builder to create a listing, get it posted to eBay directly. You don't actually go to eBay's website. You can manage everything from within your DSD panel. And you don't even have to download the images and upload the images again and all that stuff. So just confirming, can you guys see my screen right now?
Yep, we see your screen.
Okay, beautiful. So here's the first thing that happened. So one of the first things that happened is that while we were at the event, I talked a little bit at the event about stores and at what point it is more profitable for you to actually have an eBay store and so on and so forth. We talked a little bit about that. And one of the first comments I get was a gentleman came up and said, I have an eBay store and I like making sure that my listings are pretty. I know that earlier there was a talk about eBay not liking that. Is that the case? And so on. So I had some good conversations with our eBay developer friends. I will not lie, half of them are Indians, which I think is like the standard occupation of an Indian who works for an online company. They're the coder. So we are able to have some good conversations about this stuff. And we were able to take all of that. And the first thing you can actually do now, which is new since the event in the past 6 days, is you will actually be able to choose different styles. And this is really useful if you have an eBay store because you can brand things much better, or if you're focused on higher priced items because presentation does matter then. You're actually able to take different styles and different designs that you would like to use for your listings, as you can see, and you can select whichever one you actually like, and it'll actually help you create the listing for that. Okay. Now I've just simply pasted a URL of an Amazon product in, and here is our first bonus surprise. So far, Pro has just been about source from Amazon, and quite honestly, one of the things that we have noticed internally is that some of our best performing members don't really even use Amazon a whole lot, right? So majority of our members do use Amazon, but there are many who don't touch it at all, and they have other sources they're doing really well with. So instead of just making pro about the concept and showing you guys how to go from Amazon and post on eBay, we actually are now teaching you multiple other sources as well. In particular, we are teaching you one specific source, which has been tremendously helpful, which is Overstock. They have benefited a lot from our members' activity, and also our members seem to love it. And as you guys might know, Nathan, for example, is an expert on it. Matt McCormick is on it. He's an expert with Overstock. And these guys can talk to you about it a little bit, and we'll have Matt discuss that. But you're no longer going to be restricted to just one place. You could actually come in here and post an Overstock URL, click Next, and it'll create a listing for you using that Overstock item. Okay? So here's basically what we do. Okay, the standard basic fun stuff. Let's go ahead and put out what we want to rank for or whatever we want to make our listing about. And Carly, if you can unmute yourself, because we would love to have your input on the stuff as well. Here's basically what you do. You type in the keyword you want to rank for that you're trying to sell. Okay, this is the product you're trying to sell. It's going to show you what keywords you should be using to create your title. And actually, Carly is one of the people who helps teach how to make really awesome listings and rank them really well. So we'll get her feedback here in a second. And then it'll also tell you which categories are currently generating the highest amounts of revenue. So you can actually use the most relevant categories, the combination of most relevant combined with highest traffic / highest revenue. So you have that right off the bat as well. Okay, so you know immediately what category do I list in, what keywords do I target, and even more, it actually gives you ideas on other niches and other products. Because I'll give you guys an example. So I actually used one of my tests earlier today was I posted a product. I listed an item from Overstock. It was a coffee table, very expensive coffee table, handmade and all that stuff. And this right here showed that the coffee table runners, silk runners in particular, were very, very profitable as well. They were in demand. So, I went ahead and then looked into the FBA side of it. What would it cost for me to source these and so on. So it can actually give you ideas on all sorts of different aspects of your business as well. Okay, but for now we're just going to focus on, we're going to use this and we're going to create a title. Okay, so Carly, go ahead, and if you want to give us a nice little title to use, that would be great. Go ahead and just type it in the chat box. We'll put that in here in a second. Okay. And then the other thing that people absolutely hate and detest with all of their being, it's like if you could define loathing, it's their images stuff, right? It's the having to deal with the images. So one of our big thrusts was we want to make sure that the images can be automated. So now what you do is you come in here. Here are the images. You just check the box for which image you want to use, which image you want to actually post on eBay for your item. The other mistake that a lot of people make is that they use the default image on Amazon, use that as a default image for their eBay listing as well. And guess what? You don't have to. You can just simply check another box and say, I'm going to use this as my default image. And then you want to optimize these images as well. So let's go ahead and type out solar outdoor light. That's our keyword, right? So this is actually going to just type those in. This is going to optimize your image. It's going to actually add a random string in the end to ensure the image name and everything else is unique, and basically take care of all of the other stuff, and will post it directly to your eBay listing. You guys don't actually have to do that anymore by yourself. Okay, so that's obviously fun. Now, here coming up at the end of June, eBay is going to require everybody to have UPC codes. Okay, not for all items, but for certain items. So you can actually just click on Get UPC. It's going to assign a UPC code to your listing. You guys don't have to go dig around for it and spend hundreds of dollars on UPC codes and all that stuff. You just click Get UPC code. If there are any UPC codes in your account, it'll simply pull one up and put it in your listing. And the other problem that people had is they would say, well, I don't know, what do I put my shipping and return policy? What do I say in there? What should it be? You just get to select. You just go ahead and select whichever shipping policy makes the most sense. The training back here actually makes sure to teach you which shipping policy is most suited for which type of product, right? So in certain categories, there are type of products where one particular shipping and return policy does a little bit better than, when you're selling a high-priced item, you want to specify things a little differently and so on. And then to generate some more unique content, you can simply select how many Q&A you want to pull over, and you can rewrite some of that. So you'll actually see that the whole design that we chose in the beginning is actually ready to go in here. You're just going to copy this, paste it in here or rewrite it. Again, the training takes care of that. And you'll have a pretty looking eBay approved nice listing with the UPC code, with unique content, with the images, everything else ready to go. Okay. Now we're going to verify, do we have the right keyword density? And again, the training covers the importance of it or the lack of importance in certain instances. It's more to actually keep you safe so that you're not stuffing your keywords in there. And so you can just type in, whatever keyword you want to rank for. So for example, solar light is showing us we have a 0.4% density. We can actually afford to have this phrase in there a few more times and so on. And now comes some of the fun parts. So this right here is auto post to eBay, right? When this is checked, that means that you're going to see all these extra options, and this is actually going to create your listing for you over at eBay. You don't have to actually go to eBay and copy paste all the stuff and select each thing one at a time and so on. Now I'll show you guys a couple benefits of actually just doing that through here. But if you wanted to, you could still copy paste and make it manually as well. Okay, so you do have that freedom. Now we're going to select how much money do we want to make on this. Okay, so let's say I want to make a 7% profit on this listing. There you go. It's determined what my price should be. Okay, it's going to post that price on there. You can select your payment method, your shipping cost, if there is any. Obviously, we want to typically go with free shipping, but there are certain products on which it's really useful. You can break that up, and it just is beneficial over. And if you were at the event, you remember I showed you guys you could choose listing duration, like 7 days or whatever. But I was actually talking with Nathan, the tax guy, right after that, and he, the way that he runs it, and a lot of people who have stores actually run it this way, is they use good till canceled, which is your listing actually remains running, and one of the benefits you get from that is instead of a listing running out and then you relisting it, somebody comes to your listing and it says this item has been sold 28 times or 45 times or whatever, which also gives you some credibility. It's easier to convert that sale because people say so many people have already bought it. So there are benefits to that. So let's say you want to do that. Okay, so instead of this, you want to use good till canceled. You actually also get to define a fixed quantity. Let's say you want your eBay listing to always say that you have 5 available of an item. Okay, let's say you sell something and you say, I want to make sure that people think that I have 5 chairs available at all times. Every time a sale happens, let's say somebody came and bought 2 of the chairs, now your quantity drops to 3, the system will go back into your account and update your quantity back up to 5, just because we know that that's what sells better, and that's because you want to sell it in those groups or so on and so forth. So again, there's training on that, explaining the benefits of that, but you get to do that and all that good stuff. Now here's the fun part. Okay, these are the things that I really enjoy, which is, first of all, you can now define the source where you're getting the item from. But I want you guys to just see the level of integration here. These are all the different places that you can actually integrate with if you wanted to. Okay, and I'm okay with showing that because the training actually covers which ones are best ones and you should actually use and which ones are ones that you should not use. But be that as it may, we have the integration available with all of them to manage your prices, manage your stock, manage all of those things for you on autopilot, so you guys don't have to worry about what if the price drops or what if the price goes up over at Amazon or over at Overstock or wherever. Okay. Now here are some fun little options. Do you want to follow up with the buyer? Okay, let's say that somebody buys a solar light. Is there something that you want to send them? Maybe you want to send them a coupon to another item that you're selling. Maybe you want to send them a thank you. Maybe you want to bundle this particular listing and also include a guide, maybe a PDF to 21 ways to secure your home, right? Clearly the person who is buying this solar light is interested in home security. In fact, that's one of our keywords right here, right? Security. And we know that people are interested in home security. So if you include a PDF maybe as a bundle, there's going to be some training on that. This can actually follow up with the buyer, tell them what to purchase from you and what not to purchase from you, or well, shouldn't tell them what not to purchase from you, but what to purchase from you, and maybe include a bundle or bonus for them as well. Okay, and you can choose when the message should go out. Finally, you also get to do this fun little thing, which is auto fulfill my order. This is where it gets really fun, because when you check this box, it means that when the buyer buys your product from eBay, our system will go into Amazon, place the order on your behalf on your account, and then ship the item to the buyer, and then you have the tracking information from Amazon, and go into your eBay account and upload that tracking information there. Okay. Essentially, it means you have virtually nothing to do. I mean, shoot, the system is following up with your buyer, getting the tracking information, placing the order on your behalf, managing the price in stock, and is helping you actually create the listing at the same time. And this is essentially just everything that you see from above options is all in Pro. These special options are basically bonuses that you get from Supremacy. Okay, but everything that I showed you up until this point, up until this final piece, is all just a part of Pro now. Okay, and we are not charging you any extra for it. It's not like we have raised your cost of Pro from $20 to $50 or whatever. We had lots of suggestions made like that, but we have not, because here is what we have done instead. We have gone to the transaction model. All of you are aware, we are going to the transaction model. We are the only company in this space that actually goes out and says, we are so confident in our users. We are so confident that our users know what they're talking about and they're actually successful, that we will only make money if they do. Okay? So gone are the days when it's like, oh, you bought the training already. Now, if you're successful, great. If you're not, who cares? We are eating all the cost of this automation. We are willing to pay out of our pocket for all of these costs, basically making Pro and some of these levels really not very cost effective for the company, because we are going to the transaction model where we will collect like 0.5% to 2%, depending on which configurations you want, on every item sold. Okay, I'm going to go over the breakdown of that in a minute as well. And all that means is now we have a vested interest. We actually have an incentive, and the affiliate that brought you to the system has an incentive to make sure that you actually make sales, to make sure you actually generate profits, and make sure that you actually are doing what you should be doing. Because, you know, unfortunately, no matter how good of a person you are, when you have to put food on the table for your family, at that time, it turns more into how many people can I recruit. And we don't want to ever become that company. So we have done really well not becoming that company so far. And with this, we're going to make that more users and are being successful. Makes sense for us to give this, and we are going to work on. We're probably going to make that live in another month or month and a half or so. It's something that Carly is going to explain a little bit better. It's something that I used to teach on Google SEO side when we talked about recovering a website, especially a local lead generation website. To recover that, I had a whole system where we use social signals and so on. And Carly has been teaching that very effectively on the eBay ranking side. So Carly, if you want to actually talk a little bit about this stuff and what you think from your experience, from not just think, okay? We don't want your blind opinion, but your expert opinion based on your feedback and everything you have seen and what you've taught to people. What do you think would be the result of this stuff? And explain a little bit about the social signal stuff, how that's going to be beneficial, and how we're going to roll that out as well.
Okay. First, what you see on that screen, I am beyond excited to use that. More than anybody. It's just absolutely amazing. Okay, I hear sirens.
I'm sorry, I'm in Manhattan. There's sirens like every 5 minutes, so I'm muting myself.
So basically, from looking at what you can do within Pro, that is just beyond amazing to me. And the whole listing process on what we're all seeing is incredible. Just the thought of being able to use an additional supplier, having all the information pretty much imported for you. Now, what I have been doing with the social signals and SEO within the listing process is using SEO to build your title and your images, and then using those social signals. Now, what I can tell you from the people that have gone through my training that I'm sharing with DSD is they have increased their sales immensely. You're getting a lot more traffic, a lot more views, more watchers, and I actually first started this out on Amazon and figured it would work for eBay. So within the listing process, by implementing not only SEO in your pictures but also in your title, based on what keyword you're using to show suggestions, is going to increase your sales tenfold, plain and simple. But adding social signals to a high-quality listing is awesome. I've done it personally, and I actually had, I think I was on my test account, I had about 42 listings, and I was selling like three a week. So the conversion was pretty good. I actually did show Jesse this today, so he could give you some results as far as that goes. But the power of the internet can be used for eBay, Amazon, pretty much anything. So that's what I have to say on that note.
Carly, real quick, are you ranking items without having to have sales?
Yeah. Absolutely.
2 years ever had items ranked like that without sales? Anybody listen to this?
You're cutting out. I can't even hear you.
Yeah, guys, what we do is whenever somebody else is talking, we need to mute everyone so that there's no feedback. So now go ahead and say what you were asking, Kevin.
I was just saying that most people can't rank items without having a bunch of fake sales. You know, it's pretty much what it comes down to. But Carly has been doing it without any sales, been ranking it. We've been talking to some folks that are really high up in Amazon and have done this stuff on bigger scales than a lot of us have, obviously, and they're shocked that can even exist. So, pretty insane.
Can I say something about that real quick? Can y'all hear me? Okay. When we first got on Amazon almost a year ago, we were doing, FBA. We had our product. We bought out a wholesaler. We bought out all their inventory, and I had a session with Carly, and she helped me rank my item. Usually they will tell you, you need to give away 100, or I could not give away 100 because I only had 800. And I didn't want to give away 100. So I gave away 3. And we were ranked with the SEO that she put in there and the photos and everything. We were ranked on page 1 for every single keyword that we tried to hit. Mm-hmm. And we're sold out now, but it stayed there the whole time. So it's pretty good.
Yeah, Carly's awesome.
Yeah.
Yep, it's actually very interesting that you brought that up, because that's been one of the issues that I've had too, because I've looked through some other courses as well on selling on Amazon, and again, Sean will be very useful to talk about this stuff as well, because I'm just naturally interested in all the back end stuff, what's really happening, and trying to figure out how to rank stuff. And anybody who tells you that you need to give away tens or hundreds of products first usually doesn't actually know how to rank something. That's why they're telling you to do it that way. On top of that, Amazon actually will not even count those sales towards your ranking. If somebody is leaving reviews for you after receiving coupons and using promo codes and stuff like that, Amazon will not actually credit those reviews the same way. It just does not work that same way. It was like a momentary blip where you could try and take advantage of that, but it doesn't actually work like that anymore, and it really never was intended to work like that either. So I know that a lot of our users are very, they're go-getters, right? These are not people, our user base is not people who are happy to drink the same cup of coffee the rest of their life. You guys are going to go out and you're going to test out every brand, and you're going to say, this is the one I like and this is the one I don't. So a lot of our users go out there and you buy other courses and you buy other stuff, and you try and see, is this good? Maybe I can learn something more, which is awesome. Okay, you're obviously welcome to do that. Except now you can actually come to us and say, hey, there is this course that I saw. Do you guys think it's a good idea? And we usually, somebody in our leadership team has already reviewed it, already knows if it's good or not. But basically, if you go and see somebody giving you training or trying to teach you on selling on Amazon, and they're telling you need to give away all these products, use coupon codes for that, and try and get reviews from them using that, it's just a person who doesn't really know what they're doing. It's not a good idea to do that anymore. It won't work at this point. Okay. Regardless, at this point,
the entire industry is doing that, though. The entire industry is telling you to go out there and get fake sales and get your grandma to buy it, or get a network of people to give it away to at pretty much a financial loss for you, knowing later on that it might be financial for you. And the thing is, that's what everyone else is doing. This is just another example of the things that we're doing versus what everyone else is doing, because we're leveraging people who have cracked the code of this stuff, and this is where we are. We're just way ahead of everyone. So I just want to toss that out there, that training isn't just from people who don't know. It's being taught by people who are leaders in this industry that do know. It's just they don't have the ability to do what we're doing here, thanks to our members.
Yeah, exactly. And we had some very interesting conversations with people who are possibly some of the biggest sellers who are on Amazon at this point, not even in DSD. And it's amazing. There are so many people who want to work with us because of our users. Okay, like I keep talking about how our users are what makes us what we are. It's not just we came up with the system and we have the Indian guy who codes and we have the Japanese guy who can market. That's not it. So, anyways, at this point right now, if you like what you see with DSD2 on pro level so far, if that was a little bit exciting, if you guys can leave a comment below, giving us your thoughts. Maybe include some nice, polite questions. Try and not leave a giant thing, but just make a little, use a hashtag like we taught at the event. Use a hashtag DSD2. Make a comment about what you think of what's coming in Pro so far. And then let's move on to some of the other things that we're also going to be releasing here. But before we get to that, I want to have Matt kind of give us his perspective on what he sees so far. Matt McCormick is potentially one of the most popular people right now, because people can understand when they see what he has achieved. They can see he's a genuine guy, he's a hard worker, and he's just a humble, wonderful person in general. And he has the awesome job of shooting missiles at tanks. So take it, tanks that are not occupied by people. That makes it a little better. So go ahead, Matt, if you want to just give us your perspective and some of the stuff that you're going to be covering here soon on the Amazon site as well.
All right. Hey, Atash, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right. Awesome. Yeah, so I actually don't get to shoot missiles at tanks for a few weeks now. Boo. But have to take 3 weeks off work. But yeah, so definitely impressed with all this. I didn't even actually know that overstock was going to be taught until just now, so that's kind of cool. And guys, overstock is really what I use exclusively 100% of the time, and you've seen the numbers that I've been able to pull with it, mostly selling on Amazon, $12,000 to $15,000 profit a month, $120,000 plus in sales a month, so pretty crazy there. And that's without all of this automation, this click the button and let it place your order for you, which I can't wait for. I'm not guaranteeing anyone I'll sleep any more than I do now, but it will save me a lot of time that I can potentially do other stuff with. So looking forward to that, definitely. As far as what I'm starting to do, am I too close to the mic? I don't think so. Am I too close to the mic, Hitesh?
No, I think you sound fine. But yeah, it would help if you were slightly further away for clarity.
All right, is that any better? The mic actually fell
Yes.
down without me knowing, so now it's back where it usually is. All right, awesome. So,
Yes, you sound great now.
cool. So, yeah, as far as my part in Monopoly, I'm actually working on some videos right now, how to process a return, how to deal with damages, how to deal with lost in transits, and literally going step by step through overstock and showing you how to handle each one of those types of things, customer service type things, and make sure that we never get any negative feedback, make sure it's all happy customers, templates you guys can use when responding to your customers, all that kind of stuff. Actually would have been done sooner, but when Sean asked me to do this, he said, oh, next time you get a return, go ahead and do it. And I need to have him ask me that more often because I didn't get a return for a while. It was kind of cool. But, so, not bad. That'll all be, I'll have to send that all to you soon, Hitesh, and we'll go from there. But yeah, this is amazing. And I know what people, one thing I've told people the last few days at least is I've had some software that I've used outside of DS to do this in the past, and it's really been the missing piece of, why can't everyone be up on stage with the $150,000 check, right? Because at some point in time, it just got too difficult to manage alone. And having the software and seeing what it can do, even with you taking it one step further than what I have, there's really no reason why everybody can't do the exact same thing. So I'm definitely excited and looking forward to you pressing that magic button that makes it all live.
Awesome. But it's not magic. It's technical code. But yes,
you have a button. You have a button. Just
yes, there is a button. It's a big giant button. It's green and not red, and we're all just waiting for me to get to it. But for a second, so when you listen to Matt talk, when you see all this automation stuff, I want to speak to the person. And I'm sure there are many over the course of the last 2 years. We've seen a lot of people come into DSD and then leave because it either got too hard for them, or they didn't make as much money as they wanted, or they made a ton of money and they were like, I don't need the training anymore. Let's move on. So I want to speak to those users for a moment. So we spent a lot of time listening to that feedback as well. Okay, there is a certain level of joy in being ignorant of what's negative about you. But we don't operate like that. We're kind of masochistic in that sense. We like listening to the terrible things about DSD, because when we hear that, we actually get a chance to improve. So we listened to all of that, and here was one of the major complaints that we got. It was from somebody saying, I thought I followed the training, I thought I did everything that was taught, but I wasn't making any sales. I just needed somebody to come in and take a look at it for me. If somebody would just me an analysis and say, here is what's wrong with your account, here is what you're doing wrong, and you need to fix this. That was one of the biggest things that people wanted. Now, obviously, it is something that we want to do. It was kind of hard to do logistically. I mean, there's only a few people who can do that, who actually have the knowledge to do so. So we actually went out, we actually put our creepy fingers out there all over Facebook, and we were like, whoever is helping their team really well, and is actually helping them out and looking at their listings and is actually helping them get sales after that, we want you guys to talk to us. And they would contact Aaron, and then Aaron would forward their information and so on, and we get in conversations with them. So one of the things that we're actually starting is something called the DSD consultation program. And in this program, you'll be able to come in and actually just literally fill out a form and say, I need somebody to look at my account. It's going to be dirt cheap. We're going to make it extremely reasonable for you guys to be able to do so. And you're going to get somebody who actually goes into your account, takes a look at what you have done on eBay so far. They look at your situation. They say, okay, here's the problem in your account. Your titling is messed up. Your pricing is a little off. The way you're selecting your products clearly is leaves something to be desired. There are a lot of different things that can actually go wrong, which are so minor that you might not catch yourself. You might not even notice that you're doing it wrong. But when somebody else who has done this for 1,000 other people looks at it, they're able to pick up on that pretty quickly. So we'll actually be releasing that. Actually, I'm going to try and pull up the page for it here in a second as well, so you guys can see it. But that, I think, is one of the other changes. So there were three major complaints that we got. Okay, and again, I mean, every single time, I just need to kind of remind you guys, we are not the average company. We are not the norm whatsoever. No company gets on and says, let's talk about what's wrong with us and what we can do to make that better. They talk about, oh, here is our shake, and this might cause you to be bloaty and farty and throw up, but you'll lose weight over the next 3 years. That's basically what they do. It's kind of horrible. So we don't want to do that. We want to actually address some of the issues. And one of the major ones is, I need somebody to look at my account. The other one was, I need automation. We had that now. The third one was the training is outdated or is getting old, or I need somebody to tell me the specific details of what's going on in here, which is too hard for just one or two people to manage themselves. So now we have this whole team that goes through and does it for you. One other thing was people saying, I want to be profitable very quickly. Okay, I want to make sales fast. And so far, all of Pro is about the slow process, building it up, and I feel like I'm being groomed to buy the next product. So we fixed that as well. Our aim is to get you guys to the fastest sales possible as quickly as possible. And there's been stuff that actually Carly and Jesse have been working on. So I would really like Jesse to talk a little bit about what's coming out on the pro side that's specifically designed to make you guys get sales very quickly, and then maybe have Nikki talk a little bit about how their stuff applies really well towards generating sales very quickly, making money very quickly, and on a very, very low budget. So maybe talk a little bit about the couponing stuff that's also going to be in DSD, and we'll go from there. So go ahead, Jesse. You can unmute yourself.
Hello, can you hear me? Okay, great. Carly and I were actually masterminding. What's that? Is it good? Carly and I were masterminding for like 45 minutes, and some of the stuff she showed me was like blowing my mind on ranking. And, you know, I thought I knew a lot. I just didn't. See, this, I was just like blown away how simple it was. So what we're going to do is we're going to implement advanced ranking techniques in Pro and proper, pricing an item properly so it actually sells multiple times. And this was what was missing from Pro last time. So, so me and her is going through the training. We're, redoing it, most of especially the ranking part, and we just listed our test product that we just put on, and it actually was ranking on the first page. I believe it was like the 4th or 5th result right away, like just like that, without putting any social signals, nothing, no sales yet, and I was amazed. That was pretty cool stuff. So you guys are gonna get all that.
Beautiful, beautiful. I mean, who doesn't want to hear that? So Carly, do you want to talk a little bit more about? Because I know you have trained other people to do this already in your team. You've actually overseen people's accounts. If you want to talk a little bit about what you have seen already happen in people's accounts from that would be awesome.
It's funny because I actually, like I said, I started this on Amazon. So when I started testing, during my listing in my testing account, within like 2 days, I started selling. So I was like, okay, I'm on to something here. So basically, I have numerous people. I have about 100 people in my eBay group, and there's not one person in that group that has not had an increase in sales. I think the top person in that group, I won't mention any names, increased her sales by about $800 in 2 weeks, and that's profit. Okay, and there are several others that have gone from, say, selling maybe 3 a week to 3 a day.
Hold on. So you said they have gone up in sales by $800 a week in net profit, which is about $3,500 a month, which is roughly about $40,000 a year. So just by implementing the stuff, they are now generating an additional $40,000 a year, which is kind of the starting pay of an accountant. It's kind of crazy. That's the increase in their account. That's not their net pay. So let's keep this stuff in perspective. One of the things that happens online is everybody is a millionaire, right? When they have their ebook to sell to you, everybody's like, I will show you how to make $34 million tomorrow. That's a pipe dream, okay? If that was happening, we would have runaway inflation, and we'd be basically Germany or Zimbabwe, Germany back in the day. But the reality is that if you can generate an additional $40,000 a year, spending an additional maybe 100 hours a month, that is a very, very something that's extremely good. That is something you should be very thankful for. And the culture that we have online has come to the point where it's all about trying to give you unrealistic expectations. But this is what we are trying to do here. If you just actually follow what she's talking about, your increase of an actual person, it's an actual case study of a person, was roughly about $40,000 a year. Now, not everybody did that. I'm sure some are only going to see an extra $10,000 a year. Some are only going to see an extra $2,000 a year. Now, imagine if on Christmas or on some event or on your birthday, somebody gave you an envelope with $2,000. you would freak out. You'd be like, this is amazing. This is like the best thing that anybody could have ever done for me. And that's essentially what all of these awesome contributors on here are doing for you. They're saying, hey, let me show you how extra 4,000 or whatever. So even if it's a small amount or it's a small increase, it's very worthwhile for our users. Okay, so I'm just going to throw this really quick over to Nikki. And she talked a little bit about this before, how she had people at the event, went on the shopping trip. By the end of the day, there was over $170 in profit. Obviously, that's not the case with everybody. But what I would like her to actually do is let's put her on the spot a little bit, and let's have her define this. How much did she actually begin with when she started doing this? Sure, I mean, yeah, if you have hundreds of dollars and you have done this over time, maybe you can go out there and replicate those kind of results. But I want Nikki to actually tell us how they began and how much money they spent on their first shopping trip and what were their results from that. So, Nikki, if you would please enlighten us.
Hey, our very first shopping trip was actually $73 is the total of amount that we spent. It was at Dollar Tree. We came out with about 70 items. Of course, we have taxes here in Texas, so, you know, give or take a couple dollars for the taxes and whatnot. But we sent in about 70 products our very first go-round. Now, mind you, we were just getting started, so, you know, I'm not going to say that that entire first shipment was just spectacular, but what we did was we were able to start the process and start to make these different sales, start to see what moves, what maybe, you know, doesn't move. And, you know, the good thing about it is that anything that we can't necessarily push out really, really quickly on Amazon, we can, either we can take it back. You know, it's not that easy to send stuff back to China, but I can easily, you know, jump in the car with Parrish and we can get to Dollar Tree and return stuff right back, you know, within a matter of, you know, a couple of hours or a minute or not a minute, but a couple minutes. But one of the things that we like to show people is, you know, this Amazon seller app. I don't know if you guys can see that very well, but, you know, Amazon's got a nice little app out there. You can literally walk around while you're doing your regular shopping, scan things, find little gems all over the place, pop them in your cart. And these things, the beauty of it is they don't require anything extra. You don't need to do any ranking. You don't need to do any of this stuff because these items are already selling. Guess what? You jump on them. You jump on that listing. There's plenty of training in the Genesis section to actually jump on existing listings. And bam, you send this stuff right in and you are actually making sales on Amazon within, like, I think the longest it takes some of our stuff to get to Amazon, the warehouse, is about 7 days. But for the most part, they'll hit your inventory within like 5 to 7 days, and you are literally making sales that quick. We have people on our team that are making killer sales with cereal and cookies, okay? I mean, we do crazy things with seasonal items all the time, like the Easter baskets, the Valentine's Day things. I mean, we sold $1 Valentines from Dollar Tree. I almost fainted. It was $22.99, and I think the highest one was the frozen ones, and they were $24. People were spending $24 on a frozen Valentine. I couldn't believe it. Absolutely couldn't believe it. But, I mean, think about that. The range of opportunities you have and the variety of sales that you can make from items that literally cost 50 cents sometimes. In the training back there, there's actually, what do you want to call it? I'm having a brain fart here. But I actually showed an example of an item that cost 49 cents and was selling for like $10 on Amazon. Same exact item, 49 cents. I mean, some of the stuff out there, I mean, you just, I can't say anything.
Streamline things a little bit. Like we started out with that $77. Once again,
it was
$70, whatever. We also use that as a testing ground. Okay, I mean, not everything, like you said, we bought was profitable, but with a $70 investment, I mean, we were able to take a chance, and it didn't hurt. So we were able to send some items in, find out what was selling, get back what wasn't, readjust, and then attack those items that were selling. So with a $70 investment and some ingenuity, you can really turn that into big profits. And that's really how we launched this thing, was with $70 and just making minor adjustments.
Oh yeah, and you can even get ideas from the things that you're buying at the store for things that you could possibly brand in the future. So I mean, your general Genesis Easy can actually lead you directly into traditional. You know, so it's awesome. I'm gonna just.
Now at the event we had a couple shopping trips. What were the results from the first shopping trip that we did? I mean, that you had, phone calls or text messages, people that were making money like that day.
Yes. A teammate, Stacy. Stacy is the one that we called out there that she made her sale before we even left the parking lot. Now
Two sales.
Yeah, she made $28 in profit. It doesn't sound like much, but she only paid $2 for the item. She only paid $2
before she left the place.
Before she left the parking lot.
She went back in and cleared the shelves in that 1970, right before the event started. So
That's killer off of items that you're only paying $2 for. And the good thing about it is that these items, you're not having to wait. Don't get me wrong, we love China. We love to order and source items. We've got 17 branded products, so that's a whole other section there. But we fill our inventory up nonstop with items from our local area. And
constantly sending things in.
Constantly having inventory in there. So if we wanted to, because we work from home, say we want to travel somewhere, we don't have to constantly continue to send inventory into Amazon. We constantly have, at the very least, 5,000 to 7,000 pieces of inventory in there. So we're constantly making sales. But the great thing is, people will say, oh, well, you've got 7,000 pieces of inventory. You must have a lot of money. Okay, we don't spend over $5 for anything in our inventory. And the majority of stuff, it's probably $1 because I'm infatuated with Dollar Tree.
And that is calculated. It's definitely calculated. We have a method that works, and we stick with it because there's no need to spend a lot of money. The analogy that I use is if you have $100 and you want to go source particular items to push out on eBay or Amazon, you go to Walmart, you're going to get probably 2 items at maybe, if you're lucky, a $15 profit. But if you take that same $100 and bring it into a Dollar Tree or a Five Below, you either get 20 items at $5, or else you get 100 items for $100. And if you have a minimum, let's say $7 profit on those 100 items, you do the math. That's big. That's big.
What's great is I didn't even think about this. It never even occurred to me. My mind's not as fantastical as yours. That you can indeed take stuff back. You can't send something back to China and be like, oh, it didn't sell. Sorry, can you? But you guys, yeah, that's amazing. So.
But we just really simplistic approach to this, Kevin and Hitesh and everybody out there listening, and just really broke it down into a simplest form and said, you know what? Let's start from square one. Let's build a strong foundation. And building that foundation, you got to start with a simple thing.
Even better, everybody can do it. Everybody. There's people who have 13-year-olds out there scanning at the store. We've got retired military and everything. Like 80-year-olds out there, scanning and sending in stuff. And it's just a wide array of people that are able to do it. Everybody likes to shop here and there, So why not get paid to do it?
No, what's cool is we have the UK training being launched here very soon, and I was on the phone with Oberon the other night, and she's doing a lot of the training for the UK. So if you're on here and you're in the UK, keep your eyes peeled because there's some awesome training rolling out here in the next few days for you guys. But she was like, look, I grab my scanning app and I go to the store, and she's doing the exact same stuff you guys are doing, but overseas. It works anywhere. Yeah, look at that. Perfect. So you don't have to be in the States. You can be, look at that, France, Germany, Spain, Italy, United Kingdom. Can't see the rest. India, Japan. See, there we go. And we've got some weird stuff here in Japan that might sell for like $2 and it's really expensive in the States, and we have the reversal where it might sell for $50 and $5 in the States. So I'm going to make my kid go do some scanning, but pretty awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, that is awesome. And you just touched upon actually one of the other points. One of the other complaints or concern necessarily was, okay, if I'm overseas, I'm international, I have to go through this 90-day process to sell on eBay. What do I do about that? And then there's also people who are like, well, I got my eBay account suspended in 2005. I sold a motor that didn't work. What do I do with that? My account is suspended. What should I do? And so that was kind of a concern for us, because we know it's possible to do well outside of eBay. We know it was possible to sell on Amazon, but Amazon is not necessarily the buddy company either with the seller. So we've been constantly looking for what could we do, how could we present something that would make it doable for overseas people or for people who are in that eBay suspension, or for members who do not have enough money to bankroll everything themselves, right? Because that PayPal jail, that's called the PayPal, it's really the eBay jail, for the first significant period of your selling history, right when you first begin, prevents you from taking the money out immediately. And that hold makes it difficult for people who don't have a credit card or don't have a good line of credit or don't have cash flow to actually do this successfully. So one of our thrusts in the background has been to try and develop out the other side of this with another sales platform, which we are actually now putting out in elite level. So we moved down Overstock. We're actually teaching you more sources on the pro level. But in elite now, we actually are going to be teaching very specifically how to sell very, very successfully on Bonanza. Now, a long time ago, we paid lip service to Bonanza. It was like, oh, by the way, you can sell on Bonanza as well. The problem is that nobody had spent the time to actually create a method out of it, lay it down, and run a test over months to see if that actually worked. So we actually spoke with one of the people who actually went through that exact process, has international background, got his eBay account suspended, and ran a test with the same listings that he had on eBay, ran a test, putting those up on Bonanza, the exact same listings, and has generated, on average, minimum, I believe it was something about $3,400 a month in net profit. Okay, so we have actually finished 6 months of testing on this thing, and not only is he going to be actually teaching on a webinar, we're actually going through and we're automating the entire process, just like you saw on eBay side. They're automatically following up, making sure your price is adjusted, and all that beautiful stuff, social signals. That whole thing is also happening for Bonanza. If you're on jail, there are no holds on your money. You have no limit on the number of listings. You can do all those things. It's on there. You can't just throw 5,000, 6,000 listings and say, oh, here you go, my job is done. You actually have a process. The type of products that sell on there are different from the type of products that usually do well on eBay. The type of the way you want to price it and the way you want to, and specifically how you target those keywords. Jesse is actually one of the people who he's a giving person by heart, but you have to pry information out of it. It's almost like he doesn't realize that he has relevant information. It's kind of strange. I don't know why that is. But so while we are talking, we were sitting at the event, we were sitting brainstorming about all the stuff, and we were like, so Jesse, do you know anything about Bonanza? And he goes, yeah, I have 250 and I make 40 sales a month. And we're like, why are you not talking about this? Why are you not sharing this stuff with us? So Jesse, if you want to share a little bit about what you know with Bonanza, we're basically going to use of the elite level. So you'll have pro where you're selling on eBay, and then you have elite where you're selling on Bonanza. You have all of these extra sources as well. Awesome. You have Unleash where you now have more cashback, and you actually have some of the more advanced automation coming in from there as well. That will help kick off a lot of this automation. And then you have selling on Amazon. So you actually have 3 platforms, and we're constantly looking for more stuff. And then we have vendor search coming out, blah, blah, blah. We leave that for a later time. But by and large, every possible issue you could have had on why you didn't make money online doesn't exist anymore. Okay, that just is not applicable. So Bonanza, everything. Maybe talk a little bit about what it was like at the little mastermind session that we had. We keep calling it. It was really, we started chatting and it just turned into that. So if you want to share that a little bit, that would be. Jesse is currently showing no signs of life.
Hello?
So we will ignore him. Okay, he's back.
Okay. Well, my initial experience with Bonanza was not that great because what I was doing was I was just importing eBay items over to Bonanza just the way they are. But I noticed there was like, even though I picked like the highest levels, I think it was like 17% advertising on Google, and I wasn't just coming up in the searches. But then I thought to myself, why don't I treat this like a blog, like I'm ranking on Google? So I decided to go into the keyword planner in Google and actually look for high traffic keywords on Google and put that in the title instead, and actually wrote the Bonanza listing like I would write a blog post. And then before I knew it, I was actually ranking, on the first page my ads were displaying, and I was selling 30, 40 items a month, and I only had about like 250 up. And all I did was, did a little tweaks after I imported the listings from eBay. So it was good stuff. It's a very powerful platform for sure.
Now, I don't think it happened before you knew it. I would argue it happened at the same time that you knew, because you would require the knowledge to know that it happened. But here's a very fun thing about Bonanza. One of the big reasons why people severely underestimate it is because when you look at the traffic stats, it looks so far behind eBay and Amazon. And we were actually discussing this because I like analyzing data. I like looking at it and breaking it down and trying to figure out why some things are the way they are. Now, on Bonanza, you don't get all the browsers that you get in eBay and Amazon, right? So there's buyers, there's sellers, and then there are the people who actually are just on the site. They're looking at random things. They don't buy anything. That's the vast majority of the people on Amazon and eBay, and also on Bonanza's network. But remember, those people are not on Bonanza's website. Those people are actually on Google's website, right? They're looking at the advertising on Google and so on. So when you look at the statistics for Bonanza, the traffic stats don't reflect that. So basically what I'm trying to say is the density of actual buyers and sellers, primarily buyers, on Bonanza is actually significantly higher because of that reason. So that's why those stats are slightly misleading, and why you can actually generate very strong sales. And going forward in the future, as we know, with Google's expansion into this market space, it's actually going to get stronger and stronger. So this is a very good time to get into that as well. So that's actually one of the reasons why we have such a strong focus coming in on the Bonanza side as well. And the beautiful thing is, Carly, Jesse, all three of us have Google SEO kind of background a little bit. So it's beautiful because a lot of that stuff really applies, just like Jesse was saying, really applies to Bonanza as a platform. So those are some of the things that we are doing that's coming out. And we have a whole timeline published in our back office. And it's just, I am finally at a place where I can say, yes, when all of this rolls out, I can actually very comfortably say to anybody, yeah, we do have a platform that does do everything that it talks about. That if you left DSD, or if you're questioning if you should join or not, you really shouldn't anymore. You really should be in here and using this. Start going through the new trainings right now. And as this automation rolls out, starting June 15th, as it starts rolling out, it'll just hopefully transform where you are right now and take you to the level where you've been wanting to get to. So Aaron, you've been our talent guy. He's been actually our talent search guy in a way, because anybody who has been doing really well or giving a lot of value to various users within DSD or within Options Domination, they can actually approach him and say, hey, listen, I have this thing that I believe will be very useful or very valuable. I've done so and so and things like that, or I'm a trader and I do really well and I want to see if I can be useful to Options Domination, or I'm somebody who sells really extensively using e-commerce platforms. I want to see if I'll be useful to you guys. And Aaron interviews you guys or interviews them and forwards information after looking it over. And that's one of the big components behind where we are going as a company, where we are basically developing this entire team, and not just like Kenya said, our golden thrones, or Alessandra actually said that, our golden throne stuff. So, Aaron, if you want to talk a little bit about what you have seen through that process, because you get to hear a lot of the feedback directly from the customers as well. People don't hesitate to tell you things that they would not necessarily say to us. So if you can share some of that with us, that would be awesome.
Yeah. Can you hear me? Can you hear me or no?
Yes, we got you.
Okay, good deal. Yeah, I mean, I'm getting really, really, really good feedback from the customers as far as where they see us going and the whole community feel and stuff changing as we go. And I keep reiterating the same thing as everything is we're doing what's working right now, and what's working right now may not work next week, but you can be sure that we're keeping everything cutting edge and updated. And like Hitesh says, if you've got talent, if you're someone that that thinks that you can add something of value to our customer base, because that's essentially what we're trying to do here. That's our main focus. Is we are trying to be the best at this. We're not trying. We're going to be the best at this. So if you have talent, if you have value that you can add to the customer base, look me up, hook me up. I mean, come and get me, because we can definitely take what you got and implement it in if it makes sense. Also, I don't know if Hitesh mentioned anything, but about this, but I'm also on the affiliate side, and I'm working with Jesse, Josh, Sean, and Josh, and others to make this the best affiliate platform that we have. So not only are we going to have the customer side, but we have the affiliate side, which nobody's really touched on here. So basically, on the affiliate side, I want to be able to offer the best possible product and services to our customers and have the best possible tools and stuff to be able to do that. So basically, we're redesigning all new lead capture pages, brochures, flyers, postcards, business cards, and all this kind of stuff, so that us as affiliates can go out there and take this amazing product that we've now developed into the marketplace once again, and even bigger and stronger than we did before. So, I mean, that's about it. Unless you got any more questions for me, Hitesh.
No, actually, you know what? That's a very relevant point. So one of the very interesting things that actually came out of the event and what happened at the event is so we had a few people there who are tremendously well known. They're considered basically titans of the industry of MLM side of things, and they were just absolutely floored looking at our customer base. I mean seriously, this is not like they came to our event. Now, what happened is they actually came to the event and they saw people like Matt and Sean and Jesse and so on, and they saw these guys up on stage and they were like, this doesn't make any sense. There's all these people whose checks are bigger than the affiliate checks, and they're having real success, and your company is full of real people. Okay, it's our attorney came out and he.
All right, it looks like we might have lost Hitesh. I'll tell you what, though, while we get you back, Hitesh, at the event again, there were some really big people there that are huge in network marketing, huge, and they consult with other companies, and they do comp plans, and they're it's just amazing, and they were confused, a little bit confused as to why we could walk on stage and ask who's made money in DS Domination, and they would never ask that at any other venue, at any other event. It just wouldn't be something they would ask because people wouldn't put their hands up. But in DSD, I mean, everyone, it seemed like 90% of the people there were making money, so it really confused them. And I'll tell you what, we've been having a lot of talk about updating things and getting things rolled out really quickly. And this group kind of keeping us on point and on task. And on a side note, I just got a message from Alessandro about the live training webinars for Pro and Elite. And you guys can go in your back office and find them. So if you're in Pro, if you're in Elite right now, you can go in your back office, go to training, click on Pro or Elite, either one, or both, and you're going to see live training. Click on that tab, and you'll see a button that says click here to register for the live Pro or Elite event, depending on which one you're looking at. And when you click on it, it's going to open up into another window, and we'll have our first webinars training post event and first DSD 2.0 webinars for you guys to hop on there and learn from some of the great people on this panel. So, yeah,
hey, Kevin.
Do that. Yeah, brother.
Hey, Kevin. Yeah, let me break in for just a sec. Hitesh was mentioning, so you guys aren't just hearing it from Hitesh. There were some pretty big people in network marketing at the event, and the whole this event seems to have gotten a lot of people's attention. Let's just say that. So, I mean, I had people coming to me. I spoke with quite a few people at the event that they are just floored by what's going on with this company as far as the customer side. And we're just getting started. So yeah, I mean, it's crazy. And then I think Hitesh went into speaking about the attorney getting on stage and speaking all these good words about the customer base and how we really have an awesome product to offer the customer and stuff like that. So, I mean, you guys, you're in the right place, you're in the right time, and we're just getting started here with 2.0, and away we go. I mean, it's awesome. I'm excited.
Yeah, it's definitely like we just launched something brand new. I mean, well, we did, but it's like, this company came, just full circle, and here we are, day one, brand new again. It's amazing. And the organization that we have here with these leaders, I mean, every day we're either on calls, we have, we're scheduling, getting all kinds of new training, new funnels. It's amazing. You guys are going to be very busy for the rest of this year trying to catch up with what the leaders on this call and what we're doing in DSD 2.0. So it's awesome. Hitesh, are you back?
And you will actually be able to. Yes. Well, thank you for saying all that, Aaron. That's pretty much what I was trying to. I'm just trying to capture for people, because it's so hard to relay across to all of you guys that you have something so unique. And it's very hard, especially if this is the first thing that you've ever been involved in. It's so hard to value it and to be grateful for it. We saw that happen. There are people who have joined us, and then they're like, okay, this is cool, and then they leave and they go do a traditional MLM. They sell some drink, or they sell some weight loss miracle or something like that. And then, they call us back and they're like, I don't know what came over me. I don't know what demon possessed me that I would go do an MLM in a typical sense. Okay? It's just a very beautiful thing. I absolutely love bragging about our users to everybody. There was actually a group that held a little raffle internally where the winners were going to get training with Matt, and they donated all the proceeds from that. Look, I'm trying to explain to you guys that when you actually have some stability in life and you are getting you have a source of income, and it doesn't involve people the dream. It doesn't involve trying to lie to people about what they can make. It doesn't involve trying to get people to buy into some package of some sort. You are just able to be a good human being without any of that. Those did that. They didn't do what they did at the event to try and get more money in their pockets. They made a few $100s selling these raffle tickets, which was a train and the award was training with Matt. And the whole group says, you know what? We don't want to hold on to this money. Let's donate that. That's the type of user base we have. And it's not the type of leadership. We're not sitting here going, look, we're such charitable, nice people. There are MLM companies who do that all the time. There are other companies who do that all the time. Look at us, we're a charitable company, so support us, which is baloney. You should only support us because we are building something that's going to be useful. That's it. That's the bottom line. That will allow you to be what you want to be in your life. You want to be charitable, you can be now. Now you actually have the ability to do so. And that's basically where we are trying to head. That's where we've been trying to head for a long time, and it feels like we've kind of arrived almost. I think as we roll all of these things out, and then we have automation of the same level on the Amazon side, and we have what's called fully managed FBA. We actually gave that as a prize for 15 people at the event. It was supposed to be 3. We ended up doing 15 because there were just so many people who wanted it. It's people who will basically be working with our entire team. And our team is going to help source the product, bring the product in, send it to Amazon, build the listing for it, rank the listing, help have the sales happen, and our team basically gets a percentage of the sales, right? Again, why are we able to do that? Because we are so confident in our team and we are so confident in our users that we believe that you guys will be successful. And that's why we are able to say, fine, we'll work for a percentage of the profit instead of saying that we need you to pay us, $1,000 up front or something silly like that. So,
hey, Hitesh, real quick, I want to back something up real quick when you talked about the charity and I mean, we always have grand ideas of doing all this stuff with charity and things of that nature, and we always get so bogged down and it's always on the books. It's always something we're going to do, and our members have really beaten us to that. And Carly, if you could speak a little bit about what you're doing, because I mean, I wear this bracelet right here, so. Carly, if you could talk a little bit about that, what you're doing, real quick, just highlight what you're doing with Dawn, and I mean, it's such an important issue, and people need to know what's happening here.
Wow, thank you for that. I'm very passionate about our Amazon VA brand. Basically what we have done is we've created a brand called Faith, Hope, Survive, and we basically donate 25% of all of our profits to the National Breast Cancer Foundation. Both Dawn and I are very passionate about this subject. I get a little emotional when I do talk about it. I did lose my mother to breast cancer, so it is very important to both me and Dawn.
Thank you. I mean, you know, it's amazing when we get letters or, you know, we go to the event and we meet you and you're like, this is what we're doing. This is what we're doing on the side. And it's making such a big difference in people's lives, and you're just doing it, you know, and it's something that we need to do more of as a company. We need to learn from the examples of our members. And so it's inspiring to all of us. So yeah, I just want to bring that out there and let everybody know that we get to, you know, we have the best of the best in this company, and we get to learn from what they're doing, and they get to help steer and direct us in ways. And sometimes it's not, hey, go do this. Sometimes it's like, look what I'm doing. And then we go, wow, we need to be doing that. So it happens on a multitude of levels. So I just want to toss that out there, and thank you. So, and back to you, Hitesh.
Yeah, no, I'm with Carly on that. It's you know, cancer research, especially for me, dude, this is thing that, you know, I do stuff for personally as well. But yeah, we will be doing more than what we are right now individually. But yeah, that threw me off. Okay, so here's a few other things that have come up. So one of the other things that has come up a lot is about the discount of the ticket prices, because like we promised, you guys will be able to get back the money that you paid for the event tickets in form of discounts on product or in form of discounts on transactional fees. Okay, so if you you have three options. First, if you buy the yearly package, cheaper. Okay, this is another thing we didn't even talk about. So one of the other things we did is we said, oh, you know what, we don't need to actually have our people pay as much money as they pay for stuff right now, because if you're somebody who has Pro, Elite, Supremacy, you have so many subscriptions you're juggling, you can actually switch them all off and combine them into a single subscription, which also is a cheaper price for you. Okay, so there's nothing in it for us. It's not a sales gimmick. It's not us trying to sell you a new product. It is simply us saying, you can actually pay less for what you're already paying for, and that's all it is. Okay, just a way for us to say thank you for coming to this level. Okay, so some of the rationale is also similar to why you want to incentivize people to do well. We want you to do well. So as you move further up, as you you know, move to from Pro to Elite and Supremacy, we want to actually give you guys cheaper prices if we can. So that's what the Instant Domination Pack does. In addition to that, it also gives you guys access to something called Vendor Search and something called the Instant Domination Co-op. And you know, I'm going to have Sean explain the Instant Domination Co-op, because he's just so much better at it than I am. And then we're also going to, so let me just address that there are two versions of it. One is a monthly version and one is a yearly version. The yearly version obviously gives you even more savings. At the yearly level, you're basically getting like Pro and Supremacy for free. Okay, that's basically what happens. That's why that's like the big thing. We're like, get this because it is genuinely the most beneficial to you. Okay. If you are buying the yearly package, you also get your ticket price. Whatever you paid for the ticket for the event, you get that back immediately. Okay, the full price of it. So that's one way to get it back. If you're not going to buy the yearly package, or you can't, okay, we totally get it. Some people don't have $1,000 with them. If you can't, then you can actually also 6 weeks or 7 weeks from now, okay, somewhere in July, we're going to launch an all-in-one pack, because we're going to release all the automation for Amazon side, and you will then be able to get that discount again on product. And if that at time you can't afford it either, or you don't want to, you can also get the ticket price deducted from your transactional fees from selling on eBay and selling on Bonanza and things like that. So overall, my point is we are going to force this money back into your hands some way, shape, or form. So don't worry about, oh no, I can't afford the yearly package right now. Will I ever get the ticket discount? You will, and we'll find a way to get that to you. As long as you run with DSD, we want to get that money back in your hands. Okay, we actually, the way we budgeted everything, the way we structured everything, that was always the plan. The other question a lot of people have asked is surprisingly so, okay, because now we're a week out of the event. A lot of people have asked, hey, is there any way that I can get a discount now? Can I get the ticket now so I can get access to all the trainings and all the content and see the event recording and all that good stuff? Apparently, most of the people just want to watch it for Nathan's tax advice. So what we are going to be doing, and if you don't understand what that means, watch the recording and you'll get it. But one of the big reasons, one of the things that we did is we actually called up our event coordinator guys and we said, hey, can you please put the checkout back up for our members, which is completely absurd to them because they're going, why do you want to do this? Most companies have a hard enough time just selling tickets to begin with. Your people want to get tickets after, and we were like, yeah, long story short, we're giving them some benefits for this, and we are basically trying to make this free for them. So which gives you the access to the recording and gives you access to all the special content and gives you access to all the bonuses and also gives you the discount, then that is back up. You can actually go to mydsevent.com. I think that will take you to the checkout. You can go and get the ticket there. Okay, so just throwing it out there, not a sales pitch, totally up to you guys. If you want to do that, you can. But at least that will hopefully stop some of the Facebook messages and some of the help desk support tickets about where can I get this. Okay, so now, Sean, would you like to talk a little bit about the Instant Domination Co-op? And then maybe we will also talk a little bit about the fully managed FBA and where we are going with that in a little bit more detail. So everybody, please welcome Sean Agnew, the expert of JVZoo.
Yes, well, funny story. Hitesh tried to explain this at the event, and like one person in the audience clapped afterwards, so because nobody understood what the heck he was talking about. So, but then when I explained it at the event, the whole crowd started cheering. They were like, "Oh, that's what you meant." So I think that's why.
That's because you're awesome.
No, that's because Hitesh takes a really complex situation and turns it into a really simple situation, even more complex. I remember we were in his room, and it took him like 10 minutes to ask me politely if I could just go away for 10 minutes. He was just trying to like talk me into leaving, and he just couldn't just say, "Could you just leave for 10?" Anyways, the Instant Domination Co-op, yeah. So one of the cool things that we have on our leadership team, and especially with Kevin and Hitesh, is we have extensive experience in the affiliate marketing world, right? And a lot of people within the company, they just don't, right? Like 90% of the people, they don't recruit, they don't really get affiliate marketing, or they've tried it before and they failed in the past. So one of the things that we thought would be cool was, what if we could put together an ability to add an extra revenue stream to our affiliates by offering them a piece of the pie on JVZoo or ClickBank launches, right? And for those of you who don't know, just to take it back a bit, what JVZoo and ClickBank is, Trent Weidman, who most of you guys know, he released a product called Ranking Beast, and basically what he does is he puts that up on JVZoo. Other affiliates can sell it. He'll pay them 50% commissions or something along those lines, and then Trent will take the other 50%. Therefore, Trent profits and the affiliate profits. It's a win-win situation. So what we decided to do is, we're going to be doing some launches as leaders and the ownership of DSD, and you guys are going to be able to put your products back there as well and sell them within DS Domination. And that's going to, I think what's going to happen is, Hitesh was talking about like a credit system, and you'll actually be able to earn commissions from JVZoo product sales without actually having to go out and have a sales funnel and promote it and those types of things. So that's going to be pretty cool for our members to earn additional income on the affiliate side without actually having to go out and do all the affiliate work that for many it's just not something they're interested in, or it's a difficult thing to get started on. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'm not sure when that's coming. I think that's still a couple months away, but it's also going to give you, the members, too. I didn't even think about this angle. It's going to give the members a platform to sell their product through and have other DSD members promote it as well. So If you guys have any cool product ideas out there that you're thinking of, and I actually had a friend of mine who, I'm not going to give his product, but he reached out to me the other day, and he's in DSD, and he was like, should I put this product together? I was like, yeah, you should. Like, why not? We have this cool co-op thing coming up. It's a good way for you guys to promote yourself and promote yourself within DSD, getting our users to make sales, getting DSD to go out and make sales for you. And you know, I'm not sure still that you guys understand what I'm talking about, but it's one of those things you're going to have to see it to really get what's so cool about it. But yeah, I don't know if I explained that. Actually, I think I might have confused everyone more than Hitesh would have.
No, nobody clapped. There was like one guy on Facebook who commented. That was good.
Well, I'll tell you what. Another part of that, I'll kind of piggyback on that if I can. Here's the thing: we have a lot of members with a lot of products. Okay, and for instance, Trent with his Ranking Beast, and it's an amazing product, and he put a lot of that product inside of the thumb drive that you guys are going to have access to if you got the VIP tickets for the event. So imagine though, if when he launched that, we launched that inside of DS Domination, what would happen? What would happen? Everyone who thought that that was valuable would probably go purchase it. And what would happen then? It would skyrocket to the top of JVZoo immediately, instantaneously. And what would happen then? All of the people who are in JVZoo that have these massive lists and always do these big promotions would come back and now promote that. And when they made, you know, when they promoted it, what's in the back end of that product? Access to DS Domination. So you can see how that builds DS Domination. And gets, you know, products to the top of JVZoo, and we can just dominate the leaderboards over there. We can dominate in the affiliate marketing space, and all those folks are funneled back into DS Domination. And oh, by the way, your link as an affiliate is rotated in that sale. So you pick up sales for no apparent reason other than you are inside of DS Domination. It's more money coming from outside of DS that you can now get in your pocket, in your PayPal account immediately, all right, and build your DS Domination business from the efforts of other people that are out there in the marketplace selling these products. Okay, and you're going to see this play out. We'll have some webinars on it, but what it really means is we can get in front of tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people that we normally wouldn't touch a DS Domination situation because they look at it as some network marketing thing, and there's like a little hidden war going on between the affiliate marketers and the network marketers that are out there, right? So this puts that in front of them and puts money in your pocket in a way that has never been done before, and yeah, it was kind of dreamt up by Hitesh. Amazing concept, and something that we can easily implement. And we'll have some videos on that page back there for that IDP co-op for you guys here pretty soon to kind of walk you through the concepts and really break this down. But for those of you who are already into the affiliate marketing space, this probably already has you pretty excited if you know what's going to happen here. So, yeah.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun. I mean, we would do launches and we would do 2,000 or 3,000 sales in a week, and that was pretty generic. I mean, that was pretty usually what we would do on a non-launch, and that's not talking about leveraging the entire DS Domination team, right? If we leverage everything together, I don't foresee less than 5,000 sales happening there, and even at just a 10% conversion rate, that's an increase of 500 new members in DSD coming in from there, and you guys are getting commissions on that. It's a beautiful thing. So it's great. So thanks, Sean, for actually explaining. I think that helped. I think that was a good explanation of what's going to happen and all the things there. Kevin explained it beautifully. In a way, you guys should just think of it as the digital version of launching a product on Amazon, right? You put the product on Amazon. Imagine there's so much sales on Amazon, so you get so many more sales. It's that same concept happening on the digital side, but instead of getting 3% to 5% profit margin, you're getting like 70%, 50% profit margins, and it'll just show up PayPal accounts. So it's we are very excited about it, putting that out there and building with it. We expect that alone to bring in an additional 50 to 100,000 people in terms of sales over the next year and a half or so. And then what we had referred to before, there's this movement that is now really taking traction because there have been a lot of people observing us for about 2 years, and this, like Aaron said, this event really got noticed. It took a lot of people by surprise, even that not only were our numbers true, not only were our claims true, but that we are making it stronger and better. Because usually around this point of time, companies are losing steam and they try and get people to become affiliates and recruit more. And we went the totally other direction. Like we said, oh, forget that. We're not even going to charge you for the automation. We just want to work together. So it's actually gotten a lot of notice. There's a whole other thing going on now where there's a lot of people actually building out funnels right now, specifically for the other side of MLM world. So, and it's all good, right? It just means more goodness for more people, and that's why we're introducing all these new platforms. So now we have 4 platforms that we're going to be selling on, right? We'll have our eBay, and we're going to have Bonanza. We'll be selling on Amazon, and then we have JVZoo, ClickBank, and so on. So we have the digital product sales platforms as well. So it's essentially, I mean, nothing like it exists right now. And now we're also going to add one more platform to it called Vendor Surge. That's what the other benefit of Instant Domination members is. Vendor Surge is actually a platform for vendors. So DSD is overall a platform for the arbitrage guys, right? We are a platform for sellers. And then Amazon, for example, is a platform for buyers primarily, right? We are developing a platform that's primarily for vendors, where basically wholesalers or licensed resellers or manufacturers and so on, which there are a lot of in DSD. There are actually a lot of people in DSD who are manufacturers of different things and things like that too. You guys can actually go up there, or you can refer other vendors or manufacturers or wholesalers to go on there, upload their catalog, and then we drive the sales for them. And for every sale that happens of their product, if you referred them, you actually get a percentage of that. So another transactional side is coming out in form of Vendor Surge. We're going to do some more detailed presentations once we are close to launching that. We are a few months away from that yet. But these are all things that are happening in DSD2. And I know that people at the event got to see a lot of this, but we want to make sure that everybody in DSD understood that. So let's present the question this way. At this point, is there any real reason that you would say this isn't great, or I don't want to be a part of this? If you were once in DSD and you left, is there any reason why you would be like, oh, I won't come back to this? Like, that's what we are all about. I think we have addressed every possible issue that anybody could potentially have. I think we have gotten ourselves to the position where we can genuinely say to our own parents, yeah, if you're in a bad place, here's what you want to use to get yourself out of that. So I think that's where we are. We are very excited for all of you. We are very excited to work with all of you, and we are very excited for the first time. Actually, I'm going to say this and mean it. I'm actually very excited about another event now. So we have started discussions on that already. It's going to be a bigger, better. I think this last event was already pretty great. We loved everything about it, loved the location and so on. But this next one is going to be even better. And the way we're going to do the next one is actually put every potential event to shame, because we love the shopping trips. We love that we had all this great content. But I think what would do even better is if most of the event was about you guys making money while at the event. So we're going to do the shopping trips. We're going to do hands-on packing party or whatever. Do what Nikki and Parish do right at the event. We're going to actually have the machine there so you can shrink wrap everything and then send it off to Amazon right from there. We're going to have a lot of this stuff organized and ready to go. Kevin is showing you all his dogs, so he gets bonus points, and you all see that we're a human company, which is funny that you can show that you're a human company by displaying animals. But we are just excited about everything that's happening. I don't like using the phrase that we are excited, because every company says that, every person says that about ridiculous. Oh, because finally the movement that we have been trying to create for 2 years is actually coming to a head. It's actually becoming the movement that we want it to be. It's actually becoming the system where people can come in, and they were already successful. We already had the best result, everyone, but we get to redefine our best, and now people get to come in and actually see results at a level never before seen. So that's basically it from us. So are there any specific questions? If you guys have questions, if you posted them in the Facebook comment section below, or on our YouTube side. Let's just go through them quickly. I think we should have addressed everything, and we this time made sure that we put out the updates page so everybody got the information right away. But Aaron, if you want to look over that and let us know, and Kev, over to you.
Yeah, this is just awesome. I mean, the whole thing, DS Domination 2.0, the direction we're moving. I was on a call today earlier with Tommy Rodriguez, and he's doing some amazing stuff over there, and it's really cool because we get a chance to hop out there and see what everybody's thinking on all levels. And it's a hunt to say, look, what do you suggest that we do? What do you suggest that we change? Where do you suggest we go? What do you love? What do you not love? And it's been awesome, with this whole transformation of the company, and you're gonna see this continue to go because we will be the most updated platform out there. Because hey, I think yesterday alone, Kenya sent me 3 videos, Kenya, to go ahead and change out, and it's just that's how fast we move. Hey, get these videos back there. These are the updates, and bam, we update them, we put them in the back office, and we're done. So pretty awesome, The speed at which we move now is on a totally different level because we have so many more leaders, these leaders on the call helping us in directing where we're going. And they're just doing an amazing job. So, yeah. Now, Aaron, is anyone Aaron, are you monitoring any of the Q&A stuff?
Yeah, I'm looking through. Keep talking. I'm looking.
All right. Well,
hey, you know what? There's actually something that I wanted to show. I kind of forgot to show this, but there were a lot of people also asking about the options domination indicator for the VIP members, right?
Yeah. Let me just say one more thing, and I'll turn the screen back over to Hitesh. So Spanish community. We have a huge Spanish community in here, and we're hoping to grow that. That's what we're looking to do. And we're actually having our first Spanish Pro training webinar, all in Spanish, on Monday. Okay, Monday at I believe 8 p.m. Eastern. You guys will see an email. It'll be a bilingual email that'll be coming out today to you. So keep your eyes on that because we've got all kinds of stuff going on. Just pay attention to the emails. Make sure you're in the back office every day taking a look at what's going on. As we move forward, you're going to see in the back office, if you look at every page, it says, please click here to read the latest updates and announcements. We're going to start populating that. We've actually been moving too fast to do that up until right now, but we're going to slow down a little bit, and we're going to start populating that. So when you click on that, you're going to see a little calendar back there. All right, of different events, different training stuff we got going on for Pro, for Elite, for Spanish, for UK, for all these things. You're going to see a calendar back there you can just tap into. So having said that, Hitesh, are you still ready to turn over and show some indicator stuff?
Alrighty, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, so like I explained already, we're going to be releasing this indicator, and it's actually going to only be given to the VIP ticket holders and the people who are option domination members. What I'm actually running right now, you guys can actually see I'm actually running some more back tests on the stuff. And the reason I'm running this, I'm actually running 2 indicators together right now. I shouldn't even just call it an indicator. It's actually a full-out system. I'm running these things together right now. I've shown a little bit of this before because I'm also preparing a very detailed analysis of what specific currency pairs on what time frames are the very best. So you guys can see I'm actually running this right now. It's the options domination signals provider indicator. But let me show you guys what I have so far because it's very exciting stuff. Most people don't actually spend the time to actually analyze their data and break it down the way they typically should. So I want to show you guys this. So what I did is I've actually run all these different possible permutations with the indicator itself, okay, with the settings on it, and these are blind results, okay. So this is assuming that you're not really analyzing the market at all. You don't know if news is happening and stuff like that. And I've tested over 1 minute, 15 minutes, and 5 minutes. Now,
we can't see your screen anymore. We've lost your screen.
Can you see it now? My screen has been lost. Let me try again. Okay, can you see it now?
No. There we go, right there.
Okay, awesome. So you can actually see what I did is I've been running all the different permutations. You can see like different settings on here, different expiry times, and so on. And this has all been run over the last 2.2 years, okay, of testing. So that's a pretty decent level of testing, because we're looking at, let's add these up, how many trades we have here. So this is a total of 52,800 trades, okay, on a back test. And then what we did is, not only did we break down which one, how many we would win, how many we would lose, we actually also broke down how many did we win by less than a pip, how many did we win by more than 2 pips, and up to more than 5 pips, and so on. Now, I'll explain. Now, most people don't have this kind of breakdown. They don't do this kind of breakdown. Then I went a step further, and I just finished actually doing some of this today, and I'm running the next one right now. Then I broke down at what point do you get that. So I bolded some of those. So when you look at these particular settings on the indicator, the bolded ones get really good results. That's over a $15 net return per trade taken. Okay, you can also see that reflected in the win rates, right? We're looking at 67%, 69%, 70, 73%, and so on. The reason this one doesn't feature in there is that even though it has a very high return, the number of trades are, majority of them are already included in the other settings. So this is one of the reasons why I actually want to make sure that I actually do a couple of webinars with you guys. I'm going to show you guys what this data means, how this reflects onto your particular trading. And if you just look at the bolded results, if you just look at these 5-minute trades over here, we're talking about something like 9,000 trades. Net return on these 5-minute ones from here onwards would have been, this is assuming only $100 trades each time, would be $136,000. Obviously, this is not a guarantee of any sort. This is simply analysis of the data that we have right now on the current performance of this indicator across the last pretty significant period of time. Now, what I'm also calculating on this is maximum win streaks, losing streaks, things like that, so we can balance everything out for you, and you guys get really good results. Hopefully, this gets some of you guys excited. I'm sure Matt is already like kind of doing backflips about this, because this is fun. But also, one of the things that you get to do is you get to create your own strategy that you use with these kind of trades. You get to define for yourself and say, okay, I'm only going to take these particular trades, and I'm not going to take those trades because that's most convenient, right? You might come in here and say, you know what, even though on 15 minutes, it's not usually the most profitable, but I'm happy with this $11 or $10 net return per trade because I'm going to get a higher payout on those. Right, you might actually go with that. So because it's a 15-minute trade and you have more time to enter the trade, you have more time to do your own analysis, you'll be able to do all that. So all of these in the background as well, and we're constantly refining the indicator ourselves too. So just to clarify, the indicator that you're going to get is based entirely on my own algorithm. This is not something that is found online. You're not going to get this online for free somewhere or for paid price or anything like that. That is why we want to keep this under the wraps. We don't want this going out there and being posted on sites or anything like that. It is going to be tied to your options domination account. It will only function if you have your options domination account active. So make sure that you have that in place already if you are looking forward to this. And that's basically it. So yeah, another little perk of being a ticket holder. That's one of the other reasons why a lot of people asked for it. So yeah, that's where we are with it. We have a lot of DSD events and training lined up for you guys next week. We're going to hold a lot of option stuff. We might be holding one options domination webinar on Friday. We're going to let you guys know on the final time and final dates. But we're going to hold 2 webinars specifically around the indicator with the VIP ticket holders. I'm going to break down how it functions, why it does what it does, how to use it the best way possible. It's actually a combination of 2 different things. You'll actually see 2 different arrow sets and so on in here as well. But I'll send it over to you guys, and we will get going. So does that address the questions around the indicator?
Hey, Atesh.
Yes. I was waiting for you. I knew you were going to talk.
I posted some questions in the chat for you. If you'd like to address some of those. I'm still looking through. I'm just about done.
All right. So We are coming up on 2 hours. Okay, so let's go through this, and we'll address every question that we can. Okay. Will you be porting over all the existing listing integration entries over to the new tracking tool? Do we need to re-enter them? What you will do in your back office is you will click, there'll be 2 buttons. The first button will say, disconnect me from listing integration. You'll click that, and then you will say, connect my account to the advanced list, the current system basically. You're going to click on that, and it's going to pull all your listings in there. So you don't have to do anything, drastic. You will just simply click on those 2 buttons. It's going to pull all your listings over. Okay. Will the videos of the shopping trip and the event videos be posted soon? Yes, we actually. So the videos themselves are about 300 gigs in size. We have a lot of compression and everything else running. It just takes a long time to process them, and it kind of took us by surprise to how long it took just to get the processing on the videos done. As soon as they are ready, we will be posting them up. It won't be very long. We should have them by the end of this week, by the end of the coming week. But that's all well and good, because we will have our ticket checkout open up until the ticket checkout will be open up until 15th of June. Okay, so 15th of June, we're going to close down the ticket checkout, because that's when we're going to make a lot of these things live for sure. And we're also going to have our automation rolled out, and we'll be ending the yearly package discount. So if you are interested in that stuff, that's your deadline. There's no pressure on you guys to get it, though. Okay? It's not like fake scarcity. Let's try and get you buy stuff. So just whatever works for you is fine. Where is the new FBA training by Nikki Witherspoon? It's in Genesis. If you go to Genesis and watch, you cannot miss it. It's right there. She actually goes into her house and shows you guys on video their inventory, how she goes about organizing it. It's kind of a mess in there, honestly. And she says so herself. She shows you guys this is the mess that is caused by all the inventory. Now here's how we're going to organize it. She shows you how she organizes it, how they keep track of everything, how they package everything, what machines they use or whatever systems they use, how to send all of it out. It's a really, really, really beautiful thing to see. It's just awesome.
Pretty amazing.
So, yep. So do that. And there's also a Parish tries to pull out 2 swords. I don't know what the thing was with that, but that didn't go over very well either. But yeah, just for that alone, you should be watching those videos. And then we have a long question. Okay, basically this person loves Five Below, so that is awesome. And I am new to this, and I'm hearing about that pro level will also be able to use the automation features. Is this true? That is correct. You will be able to build a listing automatically, get all of the tools to basically make that happen that we showed tonight, and you will also get access to tracking the price and stocks of all those items. You basically get all of that just within Pro alone. You can unlock additional things if you have supremacy, which will allow you to follow up with your buyers, which will also allow you to place the orders automatically, which will also allow you to just do some fun stuff and then generate social signals automatically, stuff like that. All of that will be part of supremacy, but all the other automation that I showed today is all going to be a part of Pro and Elite levels themselves. Okay, so Pro, because you're using Pro sources, and Elite if you're using Elite sources as well. So you do not pay anything extra upfront or for any of that. The only way you would be paying us would be out of the fees generated from when you actually sell an item. Okay. Question is, what is supremacy? There's actually going to be a whole video through this. Supremacy is the system that is designed to take you from being an okay e-commerce person to basically developing supremacy in the e-commerce sphere. It's basically designed to help you take over an entire niche and make that niche your little niche. Like that's like you're going to take over everything in there. So it's a very mean-spirited program towards other people, because it is all about you taking over entirely, if you can, in a particular space. And you do that by setting up things with it, so it will automatically follow up. So for example, let's say you have 2 items that are related to each other. Maybe you are selling a baby crib and you're also selling baby diapers. Okay, purely an example. the training will help you guys understand what are best and good related items. But let's say you're selling the two of those things together. Not together, but you have both of them listed. When somebody buys the crib, they will get a message from you immediately thanking them for it, giving them whatever product that, giving them some bonus for it, and then we'll also tell them to go and buy your diapers. We know from our previous statistics already that those users who are using Supremacy do nearly twice as much in sales. It's like 1.7 to 1.8 in sales. So we already know that works. In addition to that, Supremacy places orders for you automatically on Amazon and will be soon doing that on Overstock over the coming weeks as well. So you don't even have to place the orders yourself. Those orders are done automatically for you through Supremacy too. So again, all the fees for Supremacy and Pro automation levels, the new stuff that we have shown you guys will just come out of your actual sales that you make. It will not be charged to you upfront. Kevin, you told me at the event that Genesis would be on sale this week. Is that still happening? I think you might have spoken to the wrong Kevin, because there were like 3 other Kevins at the event. But Genesis is going to be on. Genesis will be. Okay, so first of all, you can purchase Genesis right now. Genesis right now is amazing. Okay, it is easily the best Amazon / overall e-commerce platform / product that exists right now. Easily. Okay, speaking from experience as somebody who has bought and sold tons of products online, and I have seen a lot of these other people's products, I'm just telling you, it's the best thing there is. And we can hand it over to Sean in a second, and he can show you like 50 testimonials about himself. He's very good at collecting those. But what we've been trying to say is that, look, 6 weeks from now, we're actually releasing some automation for your Amazon side of business as well. Like the automation you saw on Pro level coming out for eBay, we're going to have more automation coming out for Amazon as well. At that time, we are going to give you guys a huge discount on it, and we are going to give you the discount on the ticket price, and we're going to combine things together in an all-in-one pack so you can get an even cheaper price on it. So you're welcome to buy it right now. It's an amazing deal right now. It's easily better than anything else out there that's selling for $5,000 or $10,000. But just a personal piece of advice is, if you want to wait a little bit longer, you'll get a cheaper price on it. Okay, and that will be about 6 weeks from now. However, if there is demand, so again, you guys should just go ahead and make the comments. Let us know. Put it in the comments. Say, I want the discount on Genesis, next week, and I will try and prioritize that, and we can get the checkout for you with the discount pretty soon here. Will there be a Monopoly Genesis bundle like Pro Elite Supremacy? Yes, that is what our all-in-one pack will be about 6 weeks from now. So yeah, that's exactly what that will be too. It'll be a cheaper overall price for you guys than what it is currently for you to buy them separately. And if you already own part of the bundle, you'll just get the discount on it, just like, so you will just basically get a better price than you usually would. Are we going to be notified when individual training videos are updated in the back office? So one of the things we're going to start doing is we're going to start having we're going to show a little log where with the videos in the brackets, it's going to say last updated on. So it's going to have an updated date on there. People who are harassing the Witherspoons about the shrink wrap machine. First of all, quit harassing them, because you could be sued for that. No. I think the more important point is, when can you get that shrink wrap machine that you see Parrish and Nikki demonstrate in their videos? And the answer to that is in about 4 days' time. In about 4 days, we are working out a deal, so you'll be able to get it at a very, very, very ridiculously good price. It'll be available to you directly in your back office. You'll be able to go in there and just get it. So we're going to have that hooked up for you guys in about 3 to 4 days. We've already gone through majority of the process, and we should be getting it pretty soon. What is the best way to suggest an improvement or a correction to the training? Oh yeah. So let me find this little page for you guys. Actually, there were a couple of pages that I wanted to show, but with Hangouts, it's very hard for me to open just the right page. So, Kevin, if you want to answer a question, I'm going to show you guys a couple pages in the meantime that will be very beneficial. Let me find the page.
Yeah, give me 1 second.
You don't have a second. That's why I asked you. Um,
Yes, there's a question about the bundle. I think Hitesh covered that. There will be a bundle that we will be doing, so you guys will be able to get access to that. It's coming down the road, though. We always like to tell people, we're doing X, Y, Z to make it cheaper, but if you're ready for Genesis, I would just say go for it. So, yeah.
Yeah, I heard the new trainers in Genesis are awesome.
Yeah.
all right, let me see if I can show you guys these pages quick.
This is a good question. Will there be training on that encompasses pricing for items to sell either on Amazon or eBay with exchange rates taken into consideration? Actually, yes, because if you're in the UK or if you're in, if you're overseas, then we're going to be reaching out and having folks go ahead and do training in those countries, right? So the UK training covers a lot of that, which is really cool. I was on the phone with Oberon talking about that, but that is needed, and it will be back there as well.
Cool. So, hey, can you see my screen now?
We gotcha.
All right, so this is what your DSD consultation page will look like. If you're somebody who wants the consultation, you'll come in here, you'll basically put your eBay username in, and if you're already connected with our system, then it can just automatically pull it up. But you're going to give some basic information of what's your minimum goal for annual income, and what's your total items sold so far, how long you've been selling on eBay, total items listed, and that's it. And then what will happen is it goes into the background, and Carly is actually one of the people who will be looking at some of these. So there's a team that will actually look at that, and then they'll find out what's wrong with your account. They'll look at what are the possible issues, what are the mistakes that you're making, or what are the things that you could improve. And they're going to give you specific videos addressing those specific issues. Okay? They will show you, here is the problem on your account. Watch this video to specifically address this problem, and the videos that you're going to get are not just the pro videos. They're not going to say go back and watch this video again or go back and watch the training again. They're going to give you a video that is specifically designed to be a troubleshooting video, okay, that is actually tied to your account. So that's the specific way to go about the DSD consultation thing. Again, we're going to make this very, very, very affordable for everybody because we know that people need it, and we will be subsidizing it if we can ourselves to make sure that it actually is applicable to you guys, okay? So this is what that page looks like, and then let me pull up the other page quick. Here is what your suggestions page looks like. So this is going to be actually linked to in your back office, okay? Under training and under tools, there's going to be a link for suggestions page. And you guys will basically come on here, you will put your name in, okay, your real name, because we want to know who you are. In case your suggestion is very useful to us, then we want to give you thanks and recognize it. And in case you have contribution that you can make, you can also fill this form out for that. And in case you make really bad suggestions, then we know to avoid your stuff too. That's why we need your name. No, I'm kidding. In general, you come in here and you'll say, okay, this is my current level. And then this is my suggestion is for this other level, okay, or the level that I'm on. And the thing that I want to fix is there's some content in the training that needs improvement, or there's something in automation tools that needs improvement, or there's something that needs to be addressed from the affiliate side, or something in the site layout. The design is messing up for me. I'm using Internet Explorer and I'm from the 1960s, so that kind of stuff. And then put your comments here, submit that, and then we have a weekly review of everything that comes in. This doesn't actually go to an email address. It goes into our admin panel, so we can see all of these in one go. And then as we make improvements based on them, we just check our boxes next to them, and then those disappear. So our aim is to make sure that every suggestion gets taken care of and everything is addressed. So that's actually the page. You will see this linked to under training and tools over in the next 24 hours or so.
Please don't
So
use
does
that as a help desk. It's not the help desk.
It is not the help desk. No, this is
It's not the
this
help
is for
desk, so
specific suggestions.
Yes.
If
Suggestions.
your billing failed, or your account is inactive, or you missed a commission, those things do not go here, because those will not be addressed whatsoever, and then we might take this down, and it'll hurt everybody if you guys do that. So please make sure that you only use this for actual suggestions. For example, here is an example of the kind of stuff you might want to do. Hey, I'm sourcing from whatever place, and they just called me up and they said that they want to see my reseller license. I think there should be a video that addresses the need for reseller licenses or reseller registration for this source. Another example might be, hey, I was just looking this over on the automation side. I think it will make the process a lot faster if you could automate the bookkeeping part of this, or if you could automate whatever. You know, there's all these different suggestions that you might have. By the way, bookkeeping is also done in this automatically.
Yep.
But
yep.
Just
Solutions.
yeah, those are
come up.
yes, yeah. That's the stuff that this page is for. So hopefully, it kind of shows you guys what we're trying to do and helps them. The VIP discount for my $299 ticket is not showing in my back office for yearly option. What do I do? You will basically just open a support ticket and say, my $299 discount is not showing, and we will take care of it for you. And I believe this is the last question so far. Will there be options domination managed accounts? Yes. So actually, one of the reasons why our attorney was at the event is to address all the regulatory things. We actually have the managed accounts fully set up. They are ready to go. We have our own funds currently being used in them. We are in the process currently to make sure that everything is cool with the SEC, that they like us and love us, and they see what we're trying to do. So we are actually going to be pretty much the only company in this space whatsoever that is going through and getting all the required regulations. So we are actually getting registered with the SEC. We are actually going to start a process with the CFTC down the road as well for a couple other things. But for the SEC side, and then we have obviously our pending application with NFPA, hopefully gets done very soon. So as soon as that's cleared, we will open up our managed accounts for all of you guys.
Just like the lawyer said at the event, we don't do stuff just to get it out to you. We do stuff based on is it correct, is it legal, is it right, you know, and we will be the only the only company in this space that has this stuff done legally. So yeah.
All right. So there's two more questions that came in. Beautiful. Where did DSD Insights go? So DSD Insights was essentially the part that calculated reports on your system, told you what your average sale price was, what your best-selling item is, and things like that. That does exist in our system as well. In the new automation, all of that data will be shown to you. It will be under Tools, and we will show that to you. And that's also addressing the next question: what kind of bookkeeping will 2.0 keep track of? It will keep track of how many products you sold, what the product was sold for, so what was your actual net take-home profit, and so on. Okay. I think I'm very happy to say. So I think we have addressed all the questions. If you guys have more questions, more suggestions specifically, go to the suggestions page. It'll be there in the next 24 hours. If you're a talent who is looking to who thinks that you have something very beneficial for the customer base at large, please make sure it is something worthwhile. Please contact us for that. On both sides, Options Domination and DS Domination, we are very happy to do that. And overall, we are very excited about where we're going. If you guys are excited with us, if you guys like what we are doing and where we are going, let the world know. Okay, that's all it is. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys learned how much more we want you to be involved. So Kevin, if you want to give some parting words, we can hopefully shut this down. We're going 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I just want to thank everyone on the panel, everyone that's here. You guys are awesome, and the amount of work that everyone outside looking in at this, the amount of work that they're putting in to make sure this is the best program is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So if you see them, you see them out and about, buy them a donut or something. They're just amazing. They've been doing all this stuff on the back end, and they're keeping us on track and keeping us busy, which is great. Because sometimes we tend to get sidetracked. I tend to get sidetracked, and they're keeping me right where I need to be, which is amazing. So I appreciate everyone on the call doing all the training back there, and get on those pro and elite webinars. Make sure you get there early, very early. Show up early because they'll be maxed out. Judging by how many people are on the pro and elite webinars registered right now, you better show up like 15, 20 minutes early, or else you might not get a seat. So there we go, and I want to turn this over if anyone has any parting words. I'm sure Kenya does. Kenya, you have parting words, right, Kenya? Kenya does.
No, I don't. I just, no, you guys are awesome. And he's serious. Like, we bug the heck out of him and Hitesh and Jason, actually.
Love it.
And they're, like, right there getting things done. So we appreciate you guys.
Awesome. Anybody else have anything they want to say before we wrap up?
Let's just have Sean say the final words, and we'll close off. I think that will also just make Sean feel better about himself.
Okay.
What's wrong with you, man? Why you always have to put me on the spot?
Because you're good at it. You're good at winging stuff. I like it.
You're a winger.
We winged a lot of stuff together, and I enjoyed that process. So I want to see you do it again.
Well, one of the best winging it people that I know is you, so I follow you very closely, and I've learned from the best.
I'm glad for that compliment. It's kind of weird. You realize this is recorded now, right? Now, I mean, the world now knows that you actually like something about me. All right, guys. We can have all the fun. We can go like whole night just doing this, and that's one of the things that I hate about Hangouts is that they become like a hangout thing instead of just keeping on track and let's get this out there. I'm sure you all have things to do. You all have stuff to just do and go watch the training videos. I don't think you should be sitting here listening to us babble about stuff. There's good content in the site. Go ahead and do that, and we will speak with you soon, and we'll have a ton of awesome stuff rolling out for you guys. There's actually more stuff that we still haven't talked about, and that's what we'll do. So all of you have a great night. Thank you from all of us over here, and
bye, everybody.
We'll talk to you
Good
soon.
night, everyone. Bye.
Appreciate you.